We continue our working day. I would like to invite Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk, Presidential Administration spokesperson on ATO-related issues. The floor is yours, Colonel. Greetings. The events that took place yesterday in the ATO zone. The situation in the ATO is tense. The total number of shellings during the last 24 hours was reduced, but the enemy is still using heavy weaponry and armored equipment in Lugansk direction. The militants, which are supported by Russian Federation, started firing using 120mm mortars near Zolote and 122mm artillery systems near Novozvanivka and Kalinovo. After the morning quiet, the enemy renewed shellings from grenade launchers and small arms from 3:45 p.m. till midnight near Popasna and Novoalexandrivka. In the result of enemy shellings, the building of the local school in Stanitsa Luganska was damaged. In Donetsk direction, the night was one of the most tense in Svetlodarsk Arch. The militants located in Kalinivka and Gorlivka shelled 136 artillery shells at positions of Ukrainian troops near Lugansk and Semigiria. Also, militants were actively using mortars of caliber 82 and 120 millimeters. They were mostly shelling in the north and west of Gorlivka. In total, in the Donetsk direction, the occupants launched 130 mortar mines. Also, they are actively using the armored personnel vehicles in near Troivska. The shelling from tank was registered. Near Avdiivka, the militants were using mortars, grenade launchers, and small arms. One of the mines got to a part of St. Michael's Cathedral, which is located in the central part of the city. The bells were damaged in the result of this shelling. In Mariupolsky direction at night from the 17th to 18th of August, there was a combat actions near Bogdanivka. The armed forces of Ukraine started shelling in response and forced the enemy to withdraw. The hottest place was Myrne, where the militants were shelling from artillery systems. The militants launched 74 mines near Marinka. 6 more mines were launched near Pavlopol. Additionally, in each hot point, the militants were doing armed provocations with the help of grenade launchers and small arms, and near Talakivka they started firing at armored personnel carriers. Our military intelligence found proof that militants keep heavy weaponry close to the contact line. What was registered were Gets and B guns of the caliber 122mm located in the section Granitny Chermalik. 2 more guns, Gets and C, were moved to Donetsk and near Makiivka. The enemy has the artillery battery with Gets and B guns. During the last 24 hours, 2 Ukrainian servicemen were killed, 8 were wounded. The armed forces of Ukraine carried these losses and the result of using heavy weaponry by the enemy. All these cases took place in the Donetsk direction. We express our condolences to the families and the friends of the Ukrainian heroes. The militants organizing air reconnaissance of the positions of ATO forces. There were registered 4 flights of drones in Lugansk direction, 2 in Donetsk and 1 in Mariupol. Also yesterday the militants were using automated system Diabazol near Pavlopol. The military intelligence reports about new proofs of the participation of Russia in the conflict in the east of Ukraine. The president of Russia appointed to the highest positions in the southern and western military district the generals who have the experience of military actions on the territory of Ukraine. The General Lieutenant Andrei Gurulov, General Major Sergei Kuzovlov, and General Major Evgeny Nikiforov. Military intelligence has identified these service men of Russian Federation who committed military crimes in Donetsk and Lugansk regions and were the leaders of Russian terrorist troops. Their appointment is another proof that the Kremlin participates directly in the conflict. Besides, there's an updated information about the Division 6 of the 60th Brigade of the Armed Forces of Russian Federation that was sent to the east of Ukraine. The intelligence registered the attempt to leave this unit by two Russian servicemen. That's the commander of the unit, Artem Dudarev, and radio telegraphist Oleksandr Mamayev. The Russian commandership informed their parents that their sons were lost during the technical stop near Novocherkassk. The Kremlin again says that Russian military got lost. The Security Service of Ukraine stopped the activity of the informers of so-called LPR. The law enforcers detained two local citizens who were transferring the information about the places of dislocation, the numbers and armaments of the units of armed forces of Ukraine in Novodarsk district. The Ukrainian court liberated from criminal responsibility one more militant according to the program you waited for at home. The citizen of Belovodsk region of Belovodsk district of Lugansk region was helping the illegal activity of DPI in 2014. He realized his mistakes very quickly. After that, he left the band and came to the Security Service of Ukraine. Now he has a chance to conduct a peaceful life. Also, Ukrainian law enforcers found another hiding place with armaments, this time near Trehizbinka in Lugansk region. Almost 2,500 cartridges were discovered there, including the cartridges of 12.7 millimeters, also grenades F1. The future officers of the Navy gained the skills of the primary military training in field conditions for 3 weeks. The first year cadets receive knowledge and skills which are needed to execute their service and combat tasks. They have now a new subject, the security of the battle, when the recruits are taught the best behavior during the artillery or sniper shelling. Also, they are taught the basics of disguising. In Chernihiv region, there are the competitions of Ukrainian tankists going on. Every tank crew was covering the distance up to 2 kilometers and had to target the most of the targets. Very soon the participants of the competition will be also tested by military shelling. No questions, Colonel, thank you. The new information about what's happening in ATO zone will be delivered tomorrow at 12:30. The next briefing is at 1:30. The representative of the SMM, Oleksandr Huk.